So man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Look, as y'all can see, I got this hat on my head. Cool little hat on my head. This is made by my homie Point Blank of the South Park Coalition. And I will put the link down in the description if y'all would like to support and purchase one of these. You see the blue one? Got him in red. And he's got a whole lot of other merch that he has for sale. So y'all make sure y'all support my brother Point Blank and any South Park Coalition endeavors. If y'all rock it with me, if y'all are subscribed to my channel, then I would assume that y'all are supporters of myself and the South Park Coalition. If you're not, you got to do your research. Like, who is the South Park? Come on, man. This me. But anyway, just wanted to plug my brother's product because I decided to sport his hat tonight, his merch tonight. Um, uh, but that's not the subject I'm dealing with today. The subject I'm dealing with today, man, is one that a lot of people have either experienced directly, one that people have made the mistake of actually um, carrying out against someone else, or just something that you've heard about and you know is pretty prevalent, and that is domestic violence, man. Like I tell y'all a lot of times, when people throw certain little things at me, um, if I'm knowledgeable of it, then I will speak on it if it catches my interest. And this is one thing that I actually have been wanting to talk about for a while, and just to make people understand, man, particularly men, that it's no place to be physically abusive to a woman. There's no place for that. And it stems from a bunch of different origins. Sometimes abuse is a cycle, and a guy may have been abused himself. A guy may have seen his mother be abused by his father or some other male, and they fall under the um, confusion or the misinformation that that's the way that you deal with women. That's the way that you handle it if a woman, quote unquote, gets out of line or disrespects you. And it's a cycle that we have to break as men because um, Captain Obvious alert, there's no individual breathing on this planet, no man breathing on this planet that did not pass through the physical anatomy of a woman. So when you take it upon yourself because you're not able to communicate or relay your message to this woman in a way that makes her respond in the way you want her to, when you feel that the next step is to physically beat this woman, then you have lost a connection and you lost your mind and you lost the understanding that, look, man, you have a mother, you have a daughter, possibly, you have sisters, possibly, you have aunts and nieces. Every category of the female gender exists in your life, and you have to take that in consideration when you put your hands on someone else's mother, daughter, sister, etc., etc. Also, there is a lack of thought to the law of retaliation. There's a law of retaliation that exists because every female is not going to allow you to physically abuse them. There are a lot of females who will tolerate it seemingly forever. Then there are other females who will tolerate it for a long time, and then one day they'll have that moment where they just click. They just lose it, and they might either kill you or they may Lorena Bobbitt you, whatever the case may be. Then you have those females who Some men make the mistake of not really knowing them like you think you know them, and you only get one chance to put your hands on them before either they themselves retaliate or they round up the posse, and next thing you know, her brothers or her father or somebody is at your door, waiting to deal with you, deservedly so. Um, I remember something my dad told me a long time ago. I never was a guy who put my hands on a woman, nor did I ever have the urge to do so. You get angry, and that's what I want to say to the guys, man. It's about controlling your anger. But what my dad said to me, he said, man, if you ever reach a point where you want to beat up a woman, just leave. And he said, I don't care if you leave your own house, just leave. Get away, remove yourself from the situation, because nobody wins in that situation. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, man, well, man, I'm telling you, man, she be trying me, man. She be put. Look, man, I don't care what she's done, because yeah, women have the ability to push those buttons. That's what makes the dynamic what it is to a degree. They have the ability to push those buttons, but you as a man have to have the restraint and the composure and the wisdom to not allow your buttons to be pushed to a point where you become blind and you snap and slap the hell out this woman, or even worse. Now you got the other guys who um, use that physical abuse as a method of control over a woman, because they carry it out like, this is what I do to keep her right. This is what I do to keep her in line. She know not to. She bet down there. She know her play. That's not good either. Because one thing you gotta understand about a woman, that we all have to understand in our imperfections as men, um, you didn't create that woman. You didn't make her. You didn't fashion her mind. You didn't fashion her body. All you did was meet her somewhere one day. And you did just enough to gain her interest to where she allowed you to be a part of her life on whatever level. That doesn't give you the right to abuse her when things are not going the way you feel like they should go. That's God's woman. Now you abusing some property that is valuable in the sight of God. And it's just not a wise thing to do. It also speaks to a lack of confidence and self-esteem that the man has. Because if that's the only way that you can express your displeasure, express that frustration, is to express it in a physical manner, then you got a lot of work to do on yourself. None of us are perfect, because verbal abuse is a real thing too, and that's something that we all have to work on. I have been guilty of verbal abuse. I don't make any claims to have everything figured it out. Verbal abuse can be just as bad in a way as physical abuse. In some ways, it can be worse, if I dare say that, because a woman who takes that verbal abuse, she just bottles it and bottles and bottles it up, and sooner or later she may explode in a different way, or let it manifest out in a different kind of way. So we got to practice patience, we got to practice restraint, and we have to also practice the 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 fine art of knowing when to let it go. Some relationships turn abusive because we stayed past the expiration date. We allowed ourselves to remain in a situation that was not healthy for either side, that was not good for either side, and then it just built up and exploded. So knowing when to let go is a valuable component to keeping yourself out of jail and keeping yourself from getting stomped into liquid by some females, brothers, or homeboys who don't play that. So tell me y'all comments. You ain't got to put me in your business, but tell me your comments. Um, Lastly, I guess I'll talk about the side where people say, man, the females provoke. What if a female hit me? I hear him say that. What if she hit me? Hey, man, you a dude. If a female hit you and knock you out, then she's special. But you got to show that kind of restraint. And I know some of you guys, man, if a woman hit me, I'm going to treat her like she a man. Nah, you got to figure out a way to remove yourself from the situation, hopefully before it gets to that point. But under no circumstances, unless your life is on the line, when you got to get off you, don't put your hands on those women, man. So it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you think. And I'll hit y'all with another one real soon. Peace.